think for these videos, I should have something that's like, you know, like propagation update, and there'll be like fire and stuff, and there'll be like electric guitar and all that. I don't know if iMovie can do that. Welcome back to another episode of Propagation Update. So we planted up the pink princess cuttings that we've been working on for a few months, but we have a couple other cuttings as well that we've been working on, and I'm going to share those with you today. We're going to see how they're doing, and yeah. So we're going to start off actually with the plant that everybody's been hoping for, the Peperomia Hope. Recently my video about propagating these guys has like blown up, and everybody's been really interested in seeing how they're doing, how the cuttings are doing. So it's been, I don't know how many weeks. It's been like over a month and a half maybe, that I've had these guys in here. I haven't looked at them yet, but let's just take a look. Let's take a look at one of these. Okay, this one was a bad example, but all of this is root. I know because the petiole only really came to about like just below the dirt line. So all of that stuff that's hanging on there, that's definitely roots. We're actually going to take all of these out and put them in a dish tray like this, because these guys are getting a little gross and I think that they're attracting fungus gnats just because there's so much soil and it's really moist. Look at that, that's disgusting. So let's take them all out of here. Let's start with this one. Okay, here's a good one. So as you can see here, all of these are roots that are growing off of this thing. So I think that this is ready actually to be potted back into the parent plant. So maybe some of these will pot up. We'll see how the rest of them are doing. Look at the roots on this one. That's crazy. These guys are doing so well. Even the weird little foldy guy like this, it's got a lot of roots on it. Okay, so this is our first one that's kind of a dud. It does have some root growth, like that's a root right there. It's just really small. So, I mean, compared to the root growth that we've seen on some of the other ones, that's kind of pitiful. Okay, so those are all the cuttings from the first pot, and they're pretty much all ready to be potted up. So I guess the next video will be a potting video for these guys. This method of taking the leaves and sticking the petioles in dirt like this worked so well. This is definitely a really good way to propagate Peperomia Hope. And look at all the plants that I'm gonna have. This is only one pot. I still have this whole pot of other plants. So this is gonna be great. My Peperomia Hope is gonna be so thick. I guess I could pot up some others, make some new plants of it. Man, this worked really well. I'm very happy with this. Okay, let's take a look at this second pot of Peperomia Hope. We'll see if these ones did anything. Oh, just as I pulled that out, I felt like it broke some roots. So this one definitely has a root system. Look at that. So this is just over like a month, maybe a month and a half of having these Peperomia Hope in soil, and they've already pushed out a ton of roots. Is that a bug on me? Oh no, okay, it's just soil. So this one is the first dud from this pot. There's no roots on it. It looks like it didn't get any water. It was just a small curled up leaf. I'm probably just gonna throw this out because I have enough of these. One isn't gonna make a difference. So we've also got this one leaf here, which is like a really nice big leaf, and it hasn't really done anything. There's a little bit of roots in that dirt right there, but it hasn't really done anything. That's interesting. I think we'll keep this one. We will see if we can continue propagating that one. So this right here, this was the top of a new growth that I had cut off when I was propagating this, and I threw it in there just to kind of see, you know, what would happen. I wasn't sure that this would root. I was right, no roots. Nothing happened. It's still green, but I'm not going to try and propagate this. I'm just going to toss it out. So guys, there you have it. This method of propagating Peperomia Hope turned out so well. I have so many new starts for new Peperomia plants. I'm really excited to get a bunch of these potted up with the mother plant, but man, these look so good. I definitely recommend rooting Peperomia Hope this way. Put them in soil, keep the soil moist, and it doesn't really matter if the pots get really disgusting. You can always just wash them off. Oh look, I missed one. Look at that. That one's got roots too. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the other cuttings that I'm working on right now. So I think the oldest one that I have here is this money tree. You guys have seen this one in my Pink Princess cutting updates. This one has some nice roots. I think that it's ready to be potted up as well. The roots aren't really doing much else. They're just kind of growing. Nothing else is coming off of it. There's no new like roots popping up or anything, so I think I'm gonna get this into soil. And this plant is actually just going right back into the same pot as the mother plant. This was just the very top of it. It was getting too long and I didn't want this big branch there, I guess, so I just cut it off to propagate it. So yeah, we'll pot that one up. We've also got these Philodendron Micans cuttings that I took. I have them in water right now with Pothos Enjoy. I got a little tiny Pothos Enjoy. It's really cute, but I wanted some more of it, so I took some of the ends off just to propagate those as well. And Pothos is really good to propagate with other plants because when Pothos pushes out new roots in water, it releases a hormone that helps stimulate root growth. So when you put them in water with a plant that is maybe taking a lot longer to root or is having trouble rooting in water, it will help that plant to push out new roots, basically. So let's look at this one first. Okay, so this Micans cutting is the only one that doesn't have any new root growth on it. So we'll set that one aside, but these ones are all doing really well. And I would say that they're ready to be potted up. These are also just going back into the same pot as my mother plant. I guess we'll do another pot and talk soon. There's no root growth on the Pothos Enjoy yet, but it's pretty early days. I just put these in the water with the Micans about, I don't know, a week ago, I think. So if we take a look at this one, these Micans cuttings were all having a little bit of trouble rooting. I have rooted these before, but they took a really long time to root in the water. So as you can see here, this is the only one, I think, out of the bunch that has a root. And it's just got a little guy right here. I'm not gonna pot this up quite yet though. I'm gonna let it continue to grow and push out some more growth. This Pothos Enjoy though had a pretty big aerial root on it, which is this guy right here, and it has gotten quite a bit of growth on it. Let me see if I can show that in more detail. So this is where the root will push out. And once it's big and good, then I can pot it up with the mother plant as well. So these ones will all just go back in this pot and they'll continue to grow. We also have this chocolate AGLAONEMA, I think it's called. Chocolate AGLAONEMA? Is that how you say that? I don't know. It's from my sister's plant. It just kind of fell off. There's no root growth happening. And this cutting is, probably like a month old, I would say. And we've got nothing. I put a Pothos Enjoy in here with it. I only did that about a week ago. And we already have a little tiny bit of growth on these aerial roots. You can see that right there. So we've got more growth on this Pothos Enjoy than we did in this chocolate AGLAONEMA for like a month. And this has only been in there for a week. So we'll see what happens with that. I've also got these Peperomia frost cuttings that I took from my sister's plant. Her plant is pretty large and unruly, so I took a couple of them just to see if I could root them. Is that a root right there? It's a weird place for a root to come out of. I don't think that's a root, actually. I don't really know what that is. So there's something on there. Maybe that's where the roots come out. I've never rooted a Peperomia frost before. I don't know if you can root them the same as like a Peperomia Hope, where you put them in dirt just with the leaf petioles and they'll grow. So I guess I should do some research and see what's the best way to propagate these guys. But we'll just put them back in there until I do. None of them have any root growth. And these have been rooting for, I would say, a week, something like that. So we'll keep those going, see how those turn out. I also have some rubber plant cuttings. So I have a few rubber plants. I have just a regular green one, I have a burgundy, and I have a variegated one. I have rooted rubber plant once before. I had a big stem, but it took almost a year for it to push out any roots. And I'm not sure if these will push out roots or not, because I've never done it this way before. But these are the very tops of my plants. So I just trimmed them up. I gave them a little prune just to encourage new growth and branching. But then I had all these leaves left over, and I was like, oh, they're so nice. I don't want to just throw them away. So I thought I would try and see if I would root them. There's nothing on any of these right now, but that's because they've only been in water for like 3 days or something like that. Oh, gross. Okay, that's slimy. So yeah, I'm just gonna see what happens with these, if they will root. If they do, that's great. If they don't, that's fine. You know, I still have the big parent plants. But let me know in the comments below if you've rooted rubber plants this way, just by leaf cuttings, and if this is even possible, because I don't really know if this is possible. I just thought I would try it. If these are gonna die and they're not gonna put out any new growth, please let me know so I'm not just, you know, wasting my time with these. But yeah, we will see how those go, I guess. And there you have it. That is my propagation video for today. I think I'm going to continue this series and throw in propagation videos every couple of Fridays, just so you guys can see how my plants are doing and how they're coming along. You guys have shown a lot of interest in how these are doing as well, and I wanted to thank you for that. It really helps with my drive to put out new videos and to keep doing propagation updates and to continue propagating some of the plants that I do have. So next we'll have the video where we pot some of these up, as well as these Philodendron Micans and my money tree plant. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks again for watching. Remember to like and subscribe for similar content. On Mondays, I post videos about houseplants, and on Fridays, I also post videos about houseplants, and reading, writing, photography, art, and any other generic interests of mine. As always, you can find my social media links in the description below. Also, you can find links to H&H Games, the board game company I've helped create, and our debut board game, Season of Heroes. You can also find the Amazon links to my fantasy series, A Chronicle of Crowns. Thanks for watching, bye!